everyone, it's Chef Deb from the Fridge Whisperer. Welcome to my kitchen. We're going to cook from the Fridge Whisperer 50 Fast and Fabulous Family Faves. Say that fast 5 times. We're going to be cooking a Madras Curried Couscous. I selected this from the cookbook because a lot of people either are not familiar with the Madras curry paste or they've never worked with couscous before. A lot of people think couscous is some sort of a rice, but it's actually made from durum semolina flour, and it's a pasta. The thing that I like about couscous is it's budget friendly in that you usually get about a 2-for-1. So if you wanted a 1 cup of couscous cooked, you only need to put in a 1/2 cup, and you'll get well more than a cup cooked. And the thing is once you introduce the liquid to the pan with the couscous, your cooking is done. So it's bulletproof if you're a little shy in the kitchen or you're a little rusty and you haven't been in there in a while. So what I'm going to put in there is I'm going to prep my veg first, and then we're going to get started cooking. So here I have a 1/2 cup of celery, a 1/2 cup of diced carrot, and then I want to do the onion, but I just wanted to show you how I prep my onion. I take the onion and I cut through the core and into half, and then I peel it, and then I just go on an angle through the onion like that, and then I just cut across. And that's the way I prepare my onion all the time. So we need about a 1/2 cup of the diced onion as well. Dice everything about the same size. The thing with couscous, because it cooks immediately once you put the liquid in, you have to make sure that all your vegetables are cooked to the degree of doneness that you like before you introduce the couscous in the liquid. With couscous, it's not like rice where it's usually 2 parts liquid to 1 part rice. With couscous, it's equal parts. So I've got that done. And then I just want to have 1 clove of garlic in there. So I'm going to nip off the root end, give it a nice little smack on my side of my knife there, and then the paper will peel off all in one. And then I want this pretty finely minced. So just clear my knife, corral it together, and just go back and forth. This is going to cook out a little bit, so you don't need to break it down too fine. So there we go. And the thing that I like about this Madras Curried Couscous, you can get it in hot or mild. Of course, I use the hot because I like a little bit of heat in my recipes. But if you're a little timid with the spice, go with the mild stuff. Sometimes what'll happen is there'll be oil in there. You want to give it a stir so that you make sure you're just getting the curry paste. A little goes a long way. Don't be overzealous with it. Normally I try to encourage you not to measure when you're cooking because I want you to feel comfortable in your own kitchen. But when you're something like this that packs a lot of heat, you're going to really want to measure. So we're going to do that today. And then I just really want to prep my apple. And I just got my peeler here. I'm going to save I like the apple in here because it has a juxtaposition with the tanginess and the heat from the paste. We're going to use a 1/2 cup of sun-dried cranberries, so that's going to give us some sweetness. So I needed some tartness, and I think a Granny Smith works beautifully in this. But because it oxidizes once the air gets at it, you don't want to prepare your apple until you're ready to go with the recipe. So today I'm going to use a cup of couscous, and I'm going to use a cup of chicken stock. But the way I do it is instead of using commercially made chicken stocks that come in cans or Tetra boxes, I like to use a Knorr chicken cube. The thing that I like about it is I can melt it in the pan with my ingredients and then just add water as opposed to rehydrating it. A Knorr chicken cube is one of these will make 2 cups of chicken stock rehydrated. So I only need 1 cup of chicken stock for this recipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break the cube in half, and I'm going to use half of it and then put in a cup of water because this is going to go in the pan with all my flavoring. So I'm going to put it there so I remember to do that. So let me just get rid of all this. My apple's cut and peeled. So I'm just going to go like that. And then I'm going to go down in the middle and then cut it into 4. And then to core it, you could get a paring knife and go down there. I just take the apple on its side and just go on an angle like that, and that cores it out. And that's a good tip if you make apple pies, because you know if you want to do like 4 or 5 apple pies and put them down, that's a lot of apples to be peeling and coring. So this is a quick way to do it. Okay, and again, I want the apple about the same size as my other flavoring ingredients. So let me just clear the decks here. Okay. And what I like to do is I like to put put the apple in last because the celery, the carrots, and the onion are harder than the apple. So I want to cook based on the degree of hardness of my ingredients that I'm putting in there. So I'm going to leave the apple for a few minutes until my vegetables have sweated and got a little soft. So I'm good to go there. I've got all my ingredients. I'm all ready to go. So I'm going to kick on my heat here. So, and again, I'm going to cook over high temperature. And pan here, and I'm going to use now you can use extra virgin olive oil, canola oil, corn oil, peanut oil, whatever you have in the house. I'm going to use a little bit of canola oil today, 2 tablespoons. And again, I just eyeball it. A tablespoon, if you measured it, it kind of, like when you put it out, it looks like a pancake. So I kind of go like 1, 2, and it's about the size of a pancake. Okay, and what you do is you want to heat up your pan, then you want to heat up your oil, and then you put your ingredients in. So how do you know when the oil's heated up enough? If you look at it, it'll actually shimmer on the bottom of the pan. And now it's a little thick moving, but once it really gets heated up, it'll move around the base of the pan really easily, and you'll see a shimmering effect. And so we're almost there. And of course, you should hear a sizzle when your ingredients hit the oil. So leave that for a second. What I need in this is I'm going to need a tablespoon of the Madras Curried Couscous paste. So I'm going to actually measure that and put that out right now. So that's good to go. And again, like I said, a little bit, less is more. So really just err on the side of caution with this one. That's all I'm putting in. And then I want a cup of the couscous. So I'll just get, and you can just store this in your cupboard in an airtight container, just like you would pasta or rice. So I need a cup of that. And what I have here is I have a 1/2 cup measuring spoon. So what I'll do is I'll go in with 2 of these, and that'll equal the cup. And then I'm going to put in a cup of water, and that will equal that cup of chicken stock. So there we go. The oil's in. It's starting to shimmer on the bottom of the pan, so I'm good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my Knorr cube and get that going. And you'll see how it melts. And the reason why I do this is because when it melts, it develops depth of flavor on the bottom of your pan. And I wouldn't get that depth of flavor if I rehydrated that cube in a cup of water. I wouldn't get the same intensity. So this is a good little trick.